It's positive 3 inches. Why isn't it negative 8?
Because the measurement can't be negative.
Because a measure can't be negative. So if your width is 3, what's your length?
8.
8. And is 3 times 8 24?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Okay, now this was an easy one. You could have probably gone through numbers and picked them out because it wasn't very big, okay? But what if it said the area was, 3,219? Okay, well, you can't pick those numbers out as easily. I don't know why I have to.
Then you gotta put 3 in.
Your width was 3 and your length was 8. Because the question was, what are the dimensions? 3 by 8. Okay. I'm going to insert a word here. Find 2 consecutive positive even integers whose product is 528. That requires us to know definitions. What does 2 mean? 2. What does consecutive mean?
Back to back.
Back to back. What does positive mean? Positive. What does even mean? Okay, so give me an example of 2 positive, consecutive, even integers.
2, 4.
2, 4.
6, 8.
6, 8. 24, 26. Okay? All right. The product is 528. So that means what are we doing to them to get 528?
Adding.
We're multiplying them together. I hope you were kidding.
Can they be the same number?
No. It's not the same number because they're 2 consecutive even integers. Okay? Now, we don't know either one of them. So I'm going to assign x to be my first unknown number. If x is my first unknown number, my next number, if it's the next even number, is how much bigger than that? It's 2 bigger than that. All right, so here are my 2 unknown numbers. And the product of these 2 numbers is equal to 528. See, now this one's not as easy as the last one. But distribute. Bring your 528 over so that you set the whole thing equal to 0. Factor. Y'all just gonna wait for me to give you the answer, huh?
Yep.
Okay? So my first number is either negative 24 or positive 22. Which one is it?
22.
22, because it said positive. Okay? So if my first number is 22, my second number is 24. My 2 numbers were 22 and 24.
So which one is it? You said
22 and 24. Okay. Now, if I had said odd integers, would the setup here be different?
Yes.
no, that number would be different.
The answer would be different. But if I said odd, okay, 1. What's the next odd number? 3. How much did you add to 1 to get 3? 2. Okay? They're still, whether they're even or odd, each one of them are 2 apart from each other because you're skipping the one in the middle. All right, the length and width of a 6 by 8 inch photograph are reduced by the same amount to make the area half of the original. How many inches will the dimensions have to be reduced? Okay, pictures are really helpful here. All right, we have a 6 by 8 inch photograph. So we're going to draw a little picture. Work with me, baby. Come on. Come on, baby. All right. Okay, well, let's start with the 6 by 8 inch photograph. What's the area of it? 48. Okay, so the original area is 48 square inches. Now it said the 6 by 8, each dimension will be reduced by the same amount. What is that amount? We don't know. So what do we call it?
X.
So if I'm going to reduce 8 by x and 6 by x, isn't that going to be my new length and width? And it says that the new area is going to be half of the original area. So what's my new area? 24. Do you see how I did that?
Wait, what are we trying to find?
You're trying to find out what is x. How much are we going to reduce each dimension by? Okay? But they told us our original dimensions were 6 by 8, which means the original area was 48. The new dimensions, 6 and 8, will both be reduced by the same number. I don't know what that number is. And the new area will be half of the original. Well, if the original area was 48, half of that is 24. Okay? So, let's put that and find x. Well, what are we going to do? How are we going to set it up? No, that doesn't say x minus 8. 8 minus x times 6 minus x equals 24. All right? First, we're going to do FOIL here. Don't worry about the 24 yet. Okay, 8 times 6 is? Negative 8x minus 6x is? Negative x times negative x?
Positive x squared.
All right. Now, we can take those numbers and we can turn them around and rearrange them so they're prettier and we understand them better. But we still need to set this equal to 0, right? So we need to subtract 24 from both sides, which means we're going to be subtracting it right there. So if I put my x squared first, then my x term, then my constant term, and set it equal to 0, are there factors of 24 that add up to 14? 2 and 12. Oops. And they're both what?
Negative.
Negative. Okay? So x is equal to 2 or 12. Okay, well now we're going to have to test because it's one or the other. Can I reduce my dimension by 12? No. It's not big enough. I'd end up with a negative distance, so that's not what it is. Okay? So my reduction is going to be 2 inches off the length and 2 inches off the width. Now the question could have been, what are the new dimensions?
6 and 4.
6 and 4. Width of 4, length of 6. Okay? All right. Homework, page 304, 15 through 48 every third, which is going to give you your multiples of 3. 15, 18, 21, 24, yada, yada. Yes?
On the last section, the thing about when you get open accent